Introduction. The irony of procrastination. I was supposed to make this video last month, but here we are. If that's not the perfect intro to procrastination, I don't know what is. What is procrastination? It's not just laziness, it's the art of delaying tasks despite knowing the consequences. But here's the twist. Sometimes, procrastination can be productive. Yes, really, procrastination and ADHD. Why we're masters of last-minute magic. The ADHD brain and deadlines. Superpower alert. ADHD brains often work best under pressure. That looming deadline? It's like a switch that flips our focus into overdrive. Shorter time horizons. Tasks don't feel real until the deadline is breathing down our necks. Dopamine high. Completing a task at the last minute gives us a dopamine hit, which our brains love. Thanks. Brain chemistry. Fun fact: procrastination isn't always about avoiding work. Sometimes, it's about waiting for the right moment when our brain is ready to tackle the task. Not all delays are created equal. What looks like procrastination might not be. Planning. Staring into space. You might be mentally mapping out your next move. Transitioning. Switching tasks takes time. Give yourself grace. Reprioritizing. Sometimes, that Netflix show is more urgent. Kidding. Sort of. Taking breaks. Even robots need to recharge. You're human. Rest is non-negotiable. Pro tip. If you're feeling guilty about not working, ask yourself, am I procrastinating, or am I just being human? The two faces of procrastination: passive versus active. 1. Passive procrastination. The head in the sand approach. What it is. Avoiding a task entirely, even though it's still on your mental to-do list. Why it happens. Anxiety, perfectionism, or just plain intimidation. The cost. It's draining because the task lingers in your mind, creating a mental wall of awful. Example. Playing video games instead of calling the dentist, until you lose a tooth. Oops. 2. Active procrastination. The I work best under pressure strategy. What it is. Deliberately delaying a task because you know you'll crush it closer to the deadline. Why it works. The sense of urgency kicks your brain into high gear. The benefit. Tasks get done faster, and you avoid overthinking. Example. Cleaning your house only when your friend texts, "I'm on my way." Fun fact. Studies show active procrastinators often perform just as well as non-procrastinators. So, if you're a last-minute hero, you're in good company. When procrastination goes wrong, and how to fix it. The pitfalls of passive procrastination. It's rooted in anxiety and perfectionism, which can spiral into avoidance. The longer you wait, the bigger the task feels. How to break the cycle. 1. Break it down. Tackle small chunks of the task to reduce overwhelm. 2. Set mini deadlines. Create your own sense of urgency. 3. Reward yourself. Finished a small step? Treat yourself to something fun. Pro tip. If you're stuck in passive procrastination, ask yourself, what's the smallest step I can take right now? The science of active procrastination. Why it sometimes works. Why active procrastination can be a superpower. It's intentional and strategic. It leverages your brain's ability to focus under pressure. It eliminates overthinking by forcing quick decisions. When it backfires. Complex tasks can't always be done last minute. Misjudging how long a task will take can lead to stress. Pro tip. Use active procrastination for smaller, manageable tasks. For bigger projects, try breaking them into smaller chunks and setting mini deadlines. Day-to-day ways to avoid procrastination. Do's and don'ts. 1. Start small. Break tasks into tiny, manageable steps. Example. Instead of, write a report, start with, open the document. 2. Use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. 3. Set a timer. Use the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of rest. 4. Create a reward system. Finished a task? Treat yourself to a snack, a walk, or an episode of your favorite show. 5. Visualize success. Imagine how good it will feel to have the task done. 6. Set clear deadlines for yourself. Even if the task doesn't have a deadline, create one. This can help trigger that sense of urgency. 7. Break tasks into smaller chunks. Instead of thinking about the entire task, break it down into bite-sized pieces. This will make it less overwhelming and easier to get started. 8. Prioritize your tasks. Use tools like to-do lists, calendars, or productivity apps, like Trello or Notion, to keep your tasks organized and prioritize. 9. Practice self-compassion. Don't beat yourself up. Procrastination is normal, and being kind to yourself will reduce anxiety. Don'ts. 1. Don't multitask. Focus on one thing at a time. Multitasking kills productivity. Trying to do too many things at once can overwhelm your brain and make procrastination worse. 2. Don't wait for motivation. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. 3. Don't overthink. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. Done is better than perfect. The more you think about a task, the more likely you are to procrastinate. Start with small steps and don't worry about perfection. 4. Don't isolate yourself. Share your goals with a friend or accountability partner. 5. Don't beat yourself up. Procrastination happens. Forgive yourself and move forward. 6. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There's no such thing. Just start. 7. Don't blame your tools. If you have everything you need but still procrastinate, it's not the tools, it's the mental blocks. Address those first. A success story. J.K. Rowling and the Power of Deadlines. The backstory. Before she became a household name, J.K. Rowling was a single mom struggling to make ends meet. She wrote the first draft of Harry Potter while her baby daughter napped. The procrastination battle. Rowling has admitted to procrastinating, especially when faced with writer's block. But she set strict deadlines for herself and stuck to them, even when it felt impossible. The lesson. Deadlines, whether self-imposed or external, can be powerful motivators. Even the most successful people struggle with procrastination, but they find ways to push through. How to procrastinate like a pro? Yes, really. Step 1. Recognize your procrastination style. Are you passive, avoiding, or active, strategically delaying? Step 2. Evaluate the trade-offs. What are the benefits of delaying? What are the costs? Step 3. Procrastinate mindfully. If you're going to delay, do it with intention. Fun exercise. Next time you procrastinate, ask yourself, was that active or passive? Did it help or hurt me? Resources to beat procrastination, or embrace it, for the curious. Check out the links in the description for more on procrastination science. For the productivity junkie, dive into our productivity playlist for tools to get stuff done, without waiting until the last minute. Conclusion. Embrace your procrastination, wisely. A real-life story of successful procrastination. You might be thinking, sure, procrastination sounds great, but does it really work? Let's look at a real-life example of someone who mastered procrastination and turned it into success, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was known for deliberately procrastinating on certain projects. For example, when developing the first iPhone, Jobs pushed back deadlines and delayed key decisions until the last minute. But here's the secret. He used the pressure to drive innovation. Jobs would delay decisions to see how new technology might evolve, ensuring that the final product was as cutting-edge as possible. In the end, the iPhone became one of the most successful products in history. Moral of the story? Sometimes, waiting until the last minute can push you to do your best work. Just make sure you have the right mindset and manage your time effectively. Final thought. Procrastination isn't always the enemy. Sometimes, it's a tool, if you use it right. So, the next time you're delaying a task, ask yourself, is this helping or hurting me? Call to action. Like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Are you an active or passive procrastinator? And if you've been procrastinating by watching this video, was it worth it? Sign off. Bye, brains. Now go conquer that to-do list, or maybe just watch one more video. Your call.